Hey, what's up, guys? Little man with a big opinion here. Tonight, for dinner, I am making off-brand SpaghettiOs. It's simple. Uh, got a decent amount of calories. I'd say the sodium's a little high. Nice amount of potassium, calcium, vitamin D. 45% of your daily iron intake. And let's see, I got these a couple weeks ago. They're gonna expire November of 2024. So they've got a nice, decent shelf life. So this has two parts to it. The first part is, except for like a little high amount of carbs, I'd say it's a fairly solid meal. And it's going to last, according to them, nearly 2 years. It'll go a little bit past that. The only thing you really got to worry about is the plastic seal on the inside. But the other nice thing about this is one of those meals you don't have to worry about keeping up with the can opener. It's got a pull tab top. But the other part to this video, because while I think this meal would go fairly okay just by itself, and remind me of my childhood, we'll throw a little bit of sriracha sauce in it. Give it a little kick. Make it slightly more enjoyable. And that is the main point of this video. Very, very low amount of sodium. So I'm not just overly salting this meal. We've got other options. This is a sweet and spicy. It probably has mostly sugar. First ingredient's brown sugar. Not too much salt, but this stuff will go a long way to making something taste better. Here's a wood-fired garlic. So, again, not that much sodium. This one's salt, dehydrated onion, dehydrated garlic, roasted chili pepper, paprika. I don't know what natural flavor is, but again, another fairly good spice. Makes days better. This one, I'm kind of in a mix on it. It's a sweet Texas heat rub. Again, first ingredients: brown sugar, spices, kosher salt, paprika, garlic. They put rice concentrate in it for anti-caking agent. So this one's 4 major ingredients, and they just put spices. I think that's just to keep the idea of being a local recipe. I'll do a sweet heat in here. Just add a little bit of spice for it for me. So this video is going to be about spices, their importance. We use these ones regularly, so they stay in their plastic containers. We also have this Sweet Preacher pork rub. It's also pretty nice. It's ingredients less than 10. It says it's got 337 servings. I don't ever measure with spices. It's just kind of a guessing. 283, 170, What's the sriracha? This one says 96. There's more spices in here. There's more spices in the prepping closet. Let me just take a bite of this and see if it's gonna work out. I definitely taste the sriracha. I'm getting a hint of that other spice. We also did the same thing the other night for dinner. We put it in a bigger container and then we reheated some of it. We got a 7-bean soup here. I've made several containers of a 7-bean soup. Some of them weren't all that great. The very first one, the only thing we added was salt with the water. It was okay. Second batch, I put Tony's original Creole sauce, and it made it wonderful. None of it was left. With these SpaghettiOs, I've got 6 or 7 cans. That gives me a lot of playing around room on leaving them bland or leaving them with just the tomato sauce and salt that they have, mixing it up kind of thing. Everything that I'm saying in this is going to help with the preps that you're putting away. I am still a firm believer that if you're brand new getting into prepping, a good goal to have is 1 year's worth of food between rice, beans, oats, and corn. From a caloric standpoint, you can keep yourself alive for a year. I think you're doing amazing. Your expansion after that can include freeze-dried foods. It can include your working pantry. It can include what you keep in your freezer. Things like that. And one of the things that you should be building with that rice, beans, corns, oats is a large array of different spices. Because if you have a large array of different spices, there's many different ways you can prepare that limited palette to make it to where if you had to, that's the only thing you get to eat, you could probably make it a year. But if you're just eating rice and beans, day in and day out, don't even have salt, you're probably going to get to a point where you just quit eating. Dogs are going nuts because there was an armadillo on the other side of the fence. And I really thought one of them was going to get out to go get that armadillo. Seasoning is going to be your best friend. The whole point of this video. I don't want to ramble on too much. When the world isn't falling apart is your time to experiment and test these different things out. You'll probably find something that you really enjoy. You're also going to be expanding your palate. And on a side note, having all of these different spices also turns it into a barter item of sorts. Someone else been living out in the middle of the woods for months, only, spit roasting the squirrels and the little bitty birds and the hogs and everything that they can get their hands on, will probably be very appreciative of, a pinch of salt to, without being corny, spice things up. And like I said, I'm eating SpaghettiOs. probably one of the simplest things that you can consume, but it's got a little bit of a kick to it because I added spices to it. So, with that being said, in the comment section down below, let me know some of your favorite spices. Let me know combinations that you've mixed things up together with. Do you think this, idea is dumb? Do you like this idea? Things like that. If you enjoyed our discussion today, leave a like on this video. If you enjoy what I'm doing with the channel, subscribe. And lastly, if you got a friend or family member that benefit from these discussions, share the channel with them. I'll catch you in the next one.